Elon Musk has been vocal about moving humans to another planet, saying that this will help preserve our species. Elon and scientists have noted that in the decades since the last Apollo moon landing, humans have not been on another world, or even gone past low Earth orbit, an area which is defined as being at an altitude of less than 1,000 kilometers, or 621 miles, or as low as 160 kilometers, or 99 miles above Earth. Elon has said that he wants to change this and has said that Mars is the best place to put future generations. He has said that he wants to establish a colony of humans here, and that the ideal situation is to have constant trips to and from Mars. Spacex, which was founded by Elon Musk, has done some incredible work in recent years, most notably massively bringing down the cost of rockets, and also introducing reusable rockets for future missions. These introductions have allowed the company to cut the costs of their rockets by a considerable amount, but they've also ensured that the rockets are of the highest standard, so much so that companies like NASA often use them for their missions. Space Force has also announced that they'll use SpaceX rockets for their future missions, so if anyone is going to take humans to Mars, it seems like SpaceX will be the ones to do it. Elon said the following: "I think there's arguably a great filter that we face, which is whether we will become a multiplanetary species or not. We'll be surprised if out there in our galaxy and others, there are a whole bunch of dead one-planet civilizations that prospered for a while. They might have prospered for millions of years, but then gradually this civilization collapsed for reasons external or internal, and that was that. All civilizations go through an arc where they build. They grow up in a technological complexity, but then they don't keep going up, then over time decline and they fall. This has obviously happened if you're a student of history with many civilizations in the past. You can look at ancient Egypt. 5,000 years ago there was the Great Pyramids of Giza, but then people living there forgot how to build pyramids after a while. Then they forgot how to read hieroglyphics. Most likely we'll go through such an arc ourselves, and will be arguably less resilient to recovery because of globalization." Elon continued with the following: "For the first time in our 4.5 billion year history of Earth, it's been possible to extend life beyond Earth and make life multiplanetary, and this window of opportunity may be open for a long time. I hope it is, or it may be open for a short time, and I think it would be wise for us to assume that it's open for a short time. I'm an optimist, not a pessimist." End quote. Others have agreed that we need to start looking for other places to live outside of Earth, and notes that our window of opportunity may be very small. Scientists have been open about this and have said that the truth is Earth can only sustain a certain amount of people, and that at this current moment it's only a matter of time before something big happens that will threaten life on Earth. In fact, there's many scientists and archaeologists that say around 12,000 years ago, a massive event hit us that pretty much restarted life in many areas, noting that it kicked off a 1,300-year cooling period in the northern hemisphere known as the Younger Dryas. Archaeologist Doug Kennett of the University of Oregon has been vocal about this event, saying the following: "Very strong impact indicators are found in the sediments directly above, and often shrouding, in the case of Murray Springs, the remains of these animals and the people who are hunting them. Is it a comet? Is it a carbonaceous chondrite? Was it fragmented? Was it focused? Based on the distribution of the diamonds, it was certainly large scale." End quote. Something big happened, and it's theorized that it had the power to wipe out civilizations. So researchers have said that math will tell you that something of this scale could happen again. One person said the following about Elon's comments: "Do we really need to move off this planet, or do we need to sort this planet? I think there's a lot of issues that we need to talk about, and one of the biggest factors that will affect us in the near future is that of mass starvation. We haven't learned to control our worldwide breeding yet, and mass starvations will reduce dramatically once we start to control our population. But when you say this to people, it never goes down well. There comes a point though when the Earth can no longer take it anymore. Perhaps that's why so many people want to leave the Earth. Perhaps they know that our planet is under too much stress." End quote. Well, this person said the following: "Something definitely needs to happen as our current system isn't going to work in the long run. We aren't ready to have this conversation yet, but the only way we're going to make real change is if we talk about controlling our population. 20 years ago in 2001, there were 1.7 billion less people, over 1.5 billion less mouths to feed. It's a sensitive topic, and one that never gets received well because people think we can just keep going the way we are, but the truth is the situation will only get worse. Experts have agreed that we're exceeding the current capacity of our ecosystem, and that we're consuming the resources of 1.6 planet Earths each day. So yes, we are overpopulated, and we need to put something in place to control this. Whether this is moving up to a satellite or to another planet is up for debate, but change comes down to all of us, and perhaps we should all try to do our little bit to help the world's current issues." End quote. Photographs have been shared online showing strange balls of lights in the sky above India. Residents have detailed that late in the night, mysterious objects can be seen hovering in the sky, pulsating from orange to red, and also making no noise, with others saying that the shape of these mysterious objects doesn't match anything like a plane or a helicopter. One of the first times this happened was back in June of 2021, with many locals being able to photograph the glowing objects while they remain stationary in the sky. But now residents have said that the objects have reappeared, causing confusion about what these things are. Religious people living in the region saw these strange lights as some sort of sign, while others were sure that the lights belonged to one craft, noting that they seemed to blink one by one, and which caused online researchers to say that these lights came on eerily similar to those that were seen above Phoenix. Some of these images have made their way online, and it's led to some people saying that these belong to a V-shaped craft, while others who don't believe in these crafts suggested that it could be a natural phenomenon. According to Narathram Sharu, an advisor at the Council of Science and Technology, they said the following about the strange objects. In the Saurashtra region, people cited 30 to 40 mysterious lights blinking in a straight line. This caused curiosity and fear in people of the region due to blind beliefs. However, according to Space Science, such light sightings could be for 3 reasons. It could be either because a small portion of a meteorite had entered the surface of the Earth, or it could be a shooting star. But this particular sighting looks like multiple lights in a row. This could be because of some satellites passing through low Earth orbit. There are more than 3,000 satellites functional in the lower orbit of the Earth. This is definitely a sighting of some satellite. There is nothing to worry about." End quote. Not everyone was entirely won over by this explanation though, with locals who live close to the region and online users saying that the lights stayed in the sky for a long period of time and didn't appear to drop in altitude. Those who investigate strange objects have said that meteorites are often used to explain away these sightings, saying that for the Phoenix lights they tried to say it was military flares, even though people witnessed the lights long before the flares were dropped, and that the lights seemingly stayed in the sky for several hours. Due to the 2 events looking similar, some have suggested that the objects could have been the same, with explanations ranging from a top-secret military aircraft to an experimental aircraft that was being flown close to the area. However, as some have pointed out, if these do belong to the military, then why do they choose to fly over populated areas? For years now, large crafts that appear to be in the shape of a triangle have often been reported over densely populated areas, and this has led some to ask why the military would do this. It's no secret that the military and other installations have planes and high-tech equipment that many of us aren't aware of, so why risk showing these above areas that are heavily populated? It's one of the reasons why amateur researchers have suggested that these crafts may not actually belong to us, and that they could be coming from somewhere else. It's also interesting to note that military records have shown that these large crafts have even been detected above military installations, and on many occasions jets have had to be scrambled in order to find out what these things are, and it's the main reason why government officials have labelled these crafts as a national security threat. On top of being able to go in and out of radar, these crafts are seemingly untouchable. As of right now, these blinking crafts that appear to hover over densely populated areas are often reported throughout the year, and although explanations like military flares and meteorites are given to us, people are not convinced that this is what's actually being seen, leading some to put forward their own theories to explain what they're seeing. Interestingly, it seems that documents have revealed that India is actually somewhat of a hotspot for mysterious flying aircrafts. Going back a few years ago, 930,000 declassified documents were posted online by the Central Intelligence Agency, and one of them revealed that a mysterious craft was detected above India. The document goes on to detail how intelligence officials in the area couldn't explain what was being seen, saying that a large disk, silver in colour and able to travel at extreme speeds, appeared to be interested in an area in India. The area couldn't be identified due to being blacked out. The case file then goes on to note that after trying to catch up with the strange craft, which was unsuccessful on a number of occasions, the officials were left scratching their heads as to what they just encountered. This is just one of many events that remain a mystery. It's due to these kinds of sightings and reports that some have said these objects are unknown to us, or at least they were unknown to us at one point in time. Even today, pilots are still coming forward and detailing their strange encounters with machines that appear to not only have the ability to outmaneuver them, but notes that if things ever did go south, they wouldn't have any chance of being able to put up a fight. Sadly, although there's mountains of evidence pointing towards the fact that these crafts are genuine, pilots and other professionals are still being judged when they come forward with their encounters. So what do you make of these photographs, and what do you think these crafts are? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.